Hey!
It was so scary, and all I could think was just, oh, this is so difficult. We've been on the road for almost 3 years, just Ali and I feeling the freedom. Suddenly, in our new home on Koh Phangan, we have a street cat in our house that needs medicine twice a day and can't be left alone. She discovered that she has a pretty serious infection in one of her ears. We always wanted to have a cat, but our lives go from one adventure to the next. But this time, we made a deal with ourselves. Once you say yes to everything. We set up a training plan to see if this cat could pass the test. If she can learn to live our life, we might be able to figure out the rest.
Wrong direction.
What we didn't know was just how big the task was that we signed up for.
You have to go. Come.
It's not safe, you know.
Ray!
And she can develop, trouble walking or worse. And the best part is, we have a very, very special guest here on the premises. Like a ghost from the future, we met this white cat on the very day we moved into our short-term rental. Meow. The day we arrived here and pulled our suitcases inside, this cat just came running and meowing and just basically pushed herself into our lives.
Oh, what's her name?
And the shocking thing was how quickly she made herself at home.
What are you doing in there?
But it didn't take long for us to notice that something was off about her.
Oh!
She was super skinny, super hungry.
I feel like I saw her even when I was doing the viewing.
Really?
Now that I think of it.
We're trying to figure out her story, but it's very likely that she's a stray. She may have been dumped here.
Ray.
Stray Ray. We're trying to come up with names as well. And over the past couple of days, we've just grown to love her so much.
Some more than others.
The question is though, what do you do with a cat like that? We've been in similar situations before. During our travels around Southeast Asia, we've met so many cats asking for our attention, and they pull your heartstrings. So much so that we once traveled all across Thailand to check in on a very hungry one, which resulted in Ali getting rabies shots. But usually we decide not to intervene for 2 reasons. One is that once you feed the cat, it will very likely anchor itself around your existence and you become responsible. Because we always leave again, helping would be well intended but actually less humane. The second reason we leave cats alone mostly is that many of them, even the ones that don't look like it, are often taken care of. In Thailand, they are called community cats, meaning that multiple households in a neighborhood provide food and water for the cats or dogs that live there, without having one clear owner. When this white cat showed up on our door, our situation was the same, but she was different from all the other ones before. We were the first residents of this accommodation complex. It's literally just been built. And before that, there was just jungle here. There is no community. She seemed to be on her own. And her health worried us. So, against all of our rules, we made a choice. In the days that followed, we tried to live our normal life, as we know it here on Koh Phangan. Except everything felt different now. Whenever we were out, we were wondering, what the white cat was doing, what Ray was doing. And when we would arrive back home, most of the times she would greet us at our door.
It's okay. I wanna go inside. This kitten doesn't let me. It's like blocking the door. Stop.
We had already caved and let her enter our house to play with us and enjoy our AC room.
It happened again and again. I filmed too late. Bolting.
In a sneaky but certain way, she became part of our life in the house in less than a week.
So I realized something. She was just having like crazy zoomies and then she attacked my foot. And I'm like, that's so weird. Why is she doing that? And I feel like it might be my socks. I think she's afraid of those
There
socks.
she is. Stop that. It's trying to work.
What were those white cats called? Cow mani.
Yeah.
I don't know if she's a cow mani. But cow mani cats apparently are very vocal. And if there's one thing that this cat is, it's vocal.
Hey. Nice.
And she hates too much noise. The funniest thing is when I'm sitting here, I'm like moving, making noise, and then usually Morona is the one that tells me to be quiet, and now I have this cat meowing at me. Right? What do you think?
I think she's still in the recovery state.
But very soon, we realized that the things she was trying to get away from were much scarier than we thought. Ray wasn't the only animal trying to find food around here. Just a few days after our arrival, we found another cat checking out our terrace. He was just as sweet. And then there was a pack of dogs coming by occasionally, looking for scraps.
Hey. Yeah. It's okay. I didn't call her. No. Go. Go here.
But the weird thing was that when those other animals were around, Ray was gone. And we would never find her. Until we did.
Ray.
She was hiding in one of the highest trees in the jungle. Because, we would find out, the other animals chased her away.
They were seeing each other. He's meowing. No. Nope. No. Hey! Nice. You scared me.
Oh, I scared myself. I was like, no, my mama bear coming out.
Enough now, Carlito, come here. Come here. Cannot chase her. Damn it. No. Stay.
She was terrified, but had nowhere else to go.
Come. How's it going?
No wonder that she did everything to get into our house. Realizing that made it so much harder to put her out on our terrace at night. We thought we were doing the best we could for her, but after 2 weeks of feeding her, that would all change, as we were about to make our second big choice. But she also seems to have some medical issues that we want to get checked out. But how do we get her to the vet on a scooter, which is the only vehicle we have? Man, the moral dilemmas involved in caring for a stray cat, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that was so stressful yesterday, taking her to the vet. Putting her in the crate actually went way better than I expected. And I think that is because she kind of trusts us now, because we have been so good to her. But then waiting at the vet and just seeing how stressed she was completely shut down, like frozen, and then they had to treat her. I almost regretted doing this to her. But then when she was on that table there and the vet started to take a look, she discovered that she has ear mites.
Which we kind of knew.
Yeah, and a pretty serious infection in one of her ears.
For both ears.
Was it both?
So
then you realize, okay, it was good that we took her, because now she can be treated. If an infection like that goes untreated, it can spread to her brain and she can develop, trouble walking, or worse, she could
just like constantly meow for no reason.
Yeah, maybe that as well. And she could die. So if no one, I guess that is the dilemma. If no one takes personal responsibility and cares for even one single animal, they just suffer. That is just how it is. Right, girl?
Someone said that.
And then afterwards, after the visit, we all had to recover. She was grooming for hours, then sleeping for hours. She was completely lethargic. And so was I. And I was so impressed by that experience of taking not my own animal to the vet that I didn't sleep the whole night. Thinking about it.
I was also really interrupted because she slept in the bed next to me. And she was like really restless. Yeah, you're restless.
Restless kitten. Because she was so tired she could barely jump on the fridge. So we did this to her and we couldn't bear it to leave her outside and having to run away from the dog again or from the other cats. They would catch her. So we kept her inside overnight and made her a litter box.
Which she immediately used, which was crazy, unexpected. She's just like, she has this litter box and she immediately goes to take a piss.
Now we are just making sure that she's not owned. We're posting messages everywhere to see if someone's missing her. I think it's unlikely given her state, but you never know. And then I want to find a better home for her. That is my ultimate goal. What do you think? Do you like it here?
I don't think so.
Oh, it's so beautiful. Wow. That's right. I went from saying no street cats in the bed to sleeping with what seemed like to have become our foster daughter every single night. Yeah, they got me good. And she slept so much. Finally able to get a break from nights on the street. It was a huge change for us to have her around.
Temptation, you found it!
And taking care of all of her illnesses was a lot of work.
Great!
But every time we cleaned her ears, we just cared even more about her.
How's it looking?
Get it!
Oh my god, fish scat! Oh my god!
Let's get ready. Ray!
Ooh!
Lovely to see how much energy she has now. Now that we killed all those parasites, right? Yeah, you're so sweet. Every time she was there in the morning, waking us up way too early, we just felt so happy.
She just jumped right next to Ali's head and meowed in his ear.
Now we're all awake. Oh my god. In the middle of all of this, a big question was knocking on our door. Our original plan had been to stay on Koh Phangan for only a month and then leave to another country. But what we did next was something we would have never imagined doing before arriving here. We changed our plans and extended our rental contract for a cat. And behind that decision was a master plan to figure out what kind of cat Ray really was.
I mean,
I'll just do prep. Do you know what I mean with that?
Yeah.
Like vaccine.
Is the fridge our working space?
We kept telling our rational selves that we would find a loving forever home for her well before we would leave. But down in our deepest emotional cores, we were wondering if we could somehow keep living the life of travel that we love and stay together with this amazing creature. But how on earth would that work? To answer our questions, we set out to observe Ray's behavior in what we thought were important categories. How she would respond to these challenges might tell us what we needed to know. Ray! At this point, we were never going to put her back on the street again. And since we all had nothing to lose, we might as well give it a try, right? So we ordered supplies and got to work. Some of the tasks we gave her, she took on surprisingly easily. Ray has made some insane progress the last couple of days. Others, not so much. Ray! Oh my god, they're there! In order to become a travel companion, she would have to pass all of them. But no matter how much progress she would show, what worried us the most was whether all of this training was going to hold up outside of our house too. Because right now, the thought of taking her back there was scaring the hell out of us. And just when we were gaining some confidence with her, we were confronted hard again with the fact that adventure training might be the smallest problem with Ray. She was completely oversensitive and inflamed.
Here he is.
Make sure to subscribe to see how we continued this journey. I promise it's going to be a wild ride. Comment your thoughts and questions below. Thanks for being here and see you soon.